التوبة.
فإن تبتم فهو خير لكم وإن توليتم فاعلموا أنكم غير معجز الله.
Hello Muslim friends of the world. Islam is an inseparable part of the lives of Chechen citizens. Quoted from detiktravel, Chechnya currently has the status of a legally independent country, de jure. However, de facto, Chechnya is still part of the Russian Federation and became an autonomous republic after the First War in 1994 to 1996. Chechnya experienced conflict again in 1999 to 2009. The history of conflict has not made Chechens turn their backs on Islam. Quoted from the AMO website, a non-profit organization based in Prague, Czech Republic, Islam has an important role in the life of the Chechen people. Islam has been part of this ethnic identity for more than 2 centuries. At critical times in national history, Islam became a very powerful source of social movement, wrote the site. Islam began to spread in the Chechnya region in the 14th to 15th centuries. Islam was brought by the people of Dagestan, a region that is neighboring Chechnya, especially the Comics. The name of the tribe is taken from the plains where these Turkic people live. The spread of Islam also occurred because of the relationship between the Chechens, the native people of Chechnya, and the Kabardinian, Nogay, and Crimean Tatar groups. Meanwhile, in the Ichkeria and Ingushetia regions, Islam began to dominate at the end of the 18th and early 19th centuries. Quoted from the article Islam in Chechnya by Edward W. Walter, Islam in the country is mixed with traditional religions and their practices. This is what caused Islam to be accepted by the Chechen nation, with its adherents being referred to as Muslims. Islam in Chechnya has the main colors of the Sunni Shafia tradition, for example Tariq Sufi, Naqshbandiya, and Qadariya. Naqshbandiya is widely adopted by residents in the lowland areas of Chechnya, while Qadariya is generally chosen by mountain communities. Tariq is divided into several brotherhoods called Verd. Each Verd consists of several students, with group names based on the identity of the Murshid, teacher. For example, Abdi Aksayev, Tashabhadzi Sayasanovsky, Kotahadzi Kishiyev, and Ali Midayev. Islam continued to survive despite experiencing conflict with the authorities in the Soviet Union era. Even in a 1991 survey, as many as 94% of Czechs considered themselves Muslims. The conflict involving Islam in Chechnya began to subside when the region was led by Akhmat Kadyrov. Chechnya has an agreement with Russia to maintain stability in the region and beyond. Since then, Chechens have begun to organize and decorate themselves again. In the 2017 Detikcom report, it was explained that the city of Grozny, which was originally devastated, is now improving itself. The atmosphere, symbols and traditions of Islam are felt in the daily lives of residents. Chechnya is described as being very serious about giving birth to a generation that loves Islam and the Quran. This country provides special schools for memorizing the Quran free of charge for children. Housing facilities and food needs are funded by the state, while parents only need to provide decent clothing. Chechnya is being widely discussed due to its participation in Russia's war against Ukraine. It is known that Chechnya has sent its soldiers to help Russia to oppose Ukraine joining NATO. Reporting from Wikipedia, Chechnya is a country in the form of a republic. The majority of the population is Muslim. Nearly 95% are Muslims and on average are adherents of the Shafi'i school of thought, the same as Indonesian Muslims, while the rest are adherents of Orthodox Christianity. In this regard, many people wonder why the country of Chechnya was involved in the war. Below we have summarized 6 facts about the country of Chechnya from various sources of information. Part of the Russian Federation. Chechnya has a long history related to its region. Since ancient times they have been known for their tenacity in defending their territory, starting from the Mongol invasion in the 13th and 14th centuries, from the Ottoman Empire, and the Safavid, Persian, Empire in the 15th and 16th centuries. Since the collapse of the Soviet Union, Chechnya declared its independence. 3 years later, Chechnya and Russia were involved in a war. Russia wanted to take Chechnya into part of Russian territory. The war lasted for 2 years, until the two leaders signed a peace agreement. In 1999, Russia again invaded the country of Chechnya, until a new constitution was agreed in 2003, where Russia gave greater freedom to Chechnya, but still maintained it as a republic within the Russian Federation. Led by Ramzan Kadyrov. 95% of the Chechen population is Muslim and the rest are Orthodox Christians. They are led by Ramzan Kadyrov, who at the start of his leadership was known as the youngest leader in the world. Kadyrov is the son of Chechen independence leader Akhmat Kadyrov, who switched sides and joined Russia. At the death of his father, Ramzan Kadyrov continued the leadership of Chechnya. It was discovered that he was a protege of Vladimir Putin. Chechen troops. In the world, the Chechen military forces were nicknamed the hunting troops. This was in line with them being one of the strongest troops in the world at that time. However, in 2007 their image changed. They tried to adopt Islamic Sharia law throughout their territory, and then allied themselves with Islamic countries. This caused divisions and some of them voted pro-Western. Split. In the 1990s, the country of Chechnya tried to break away from Russia in a war, but they were defeated. From here Russia returned to power and appointed Ahmad Kadyrov as leader, but he was killed in 2004 and the leadership was replaced by his son, Ramzan Kadyrov. Now the Muslim forces led by Ramzan Kadyrov are the ones who support Putin, while the leader Akham Zakiyev's camp chose to exile themselves to Europe. Supporting the Russian invasion. Chechnya sent its troops to help Russia. Not only that, Kadyrov also supported Putin's move to invade Ukraine, but this was deemed natural, considering that the relationship between the leaders of these two countries had been quite solid for a long time. Kadyrov himself is an ally of Putin who often supports the Russian leader's opinions, one of which is when he believes that the Ukrainian government was formed by neo-Nazis. In the past, Kadyrov loyalists have also often supported Russian military operations such as in Syria and Georgia. Urged the resignation of the Ukrainian president. United States of America. We both know, the name Chechnya has become a topic of conversation since their president urged Volodymyr Zelensky to submit to Russia. It is known that on March 4, 2022, Kadyrov asked permission for Chechen troops to be given the green light to seize cities in Ukraine. Through his social media, Kadyrov claimed that the Chechen soldiers sent to Ukraine had not experienced defeat and without any casualties. So far, based on the information obtained, Chechnya had sent 2 of their elite squads to kill Zelensky. However, according to Alexei Danilov as Ukraine's Security Council, these troops have been paralyzed. According to him, the success in paralyzing the Chechen troops was inseparable from leaks he received through the Russian intelligence agency, which is sympathetic to Ukraine.